Hello everybody, what's going on? Jerome here, and I have for you guys an awesome new Bloons Tower Defense 5 Deluxe gameplay, and this is going to be the one I promised yesterday, actually 2 days ago I think I promised it. It would be the Bloon Chipper, beating it on easy, only using the Bloon Chipper. It is actually a lot more difficult than you think, and I personally have never beaten. I've come ridiculously close multiple times, but this is going to be the first time that I actually can beat it. So without further ado, let me tell you guys a little bit about it, and I guess just give you guys the lowdown on what the Bloon Chipper really is and everything like that. So now the Bloon Chipper is one of the 2 new towers in Bloons Tower Defense 5. Its main ability, as you can tell, is to suck in balloons, but unfortunately all you've seen is it hit red balloons. But watch when it hits blue balloons, it sends them back out. All it really does is suck them in and pop 1 layer of balloon. There is a way to upgrade to hit 2 layers of balloon, but you know, normally speaking, it only just picks up that one. Now you can increase the rate at which it sucks them up, such as that, and the thing is that you haven't seen yet is eventually becomes overwhelming. It can only really have a certain amount of balloons processing at any given time, so once it reaches that threshold, it kind of has to let the ones pass by. So notice how it's starting to get a little bit further and further every time. That's what ends up occurring, and it'll just keep on happening and happening until eventually it passes it up and you have to create a new tower or anything like that. Now, the thing about this is that even though it pops only 1 layer balloon, there is a way to upgrade it to pop 2 layers of balloon, and you can also actually increase the rate at which you pop them. So notice how 1 got through, you have to wait for him to come around, and then get him again. So right here is a more efficient internal, what does it say? Basically, it decreases the time balloons take to be shredded. That way you have less in your inventory, we'll call it for now, at any given moment, and you can kind of get through them a lot quicker. Notice how I was able to get all of those, as opposed to maybe missing maybe 5 of them that I were able to get through. Now, once you upgrade fully to the right, let me put it this way. When you upgrade fully, there are a few different upgrades that you can get. First off, you can get an increased ability to suck in lead balloons. You can also get a 3 times rate bonus, basically right here, which is triple barrel. It'll make you suck balloons in at 3 times the rate. And then finally, if you go all the way to the left, you can get something called the box trap. And the box trap is really awesome. What this will allow you to do is send out a box trap anywhere. It's randomly generated. You don't really control where it spawns in or anything like that. It's kind of all, you're at the mercy of the game more or less. And what the box trap does is it traps any balloons that pass by into its box for a certain amount of time, and then at the end of the round, it'll actually give you money for the amount of balloons that you sucked in. If you sucked in none, you won't get any money. If you sucked in a few of them, you'll get some money for it, and it would have stopped them. It's kind of like having a road spike that pays you, which is really awesome. And it's not that expensive. I think it's like a $2,400 upgrade, so it's really not bad at all. And that's basically mostly what the Bloon Chipper really is. There's not really much more to it, but yeah, it has some pretty awesome abilities, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy using it. Now, as you can tell, they're starting to get a little bit testy and trying to break through my lines a lot, so this is when you have to start getting ready and focusing on building a second one. You never want to fully really upgrade it, especially when you're trying to do this, when you're trying to get to around 50 only using Bloon Chippers. You kind of want to have as many as possible. This one is not going to be quality, it's going to be quantity over quality. You want to be able to have a bunch of them that aren't fully upgraded, as opposed to maybe 1 that's fully upgraded or 2. Because if you do the math, getting the triple barrel isn't going to help you at all. All it does is save space, but when you're only building about like 7 towers this game, you don't need space. And if you want the exact math behind it, say you were to fully upgrade 2 to the left and 2 to the right, and then you wanted to get the triple barrel, in total you would have spent around $1,800. Now, because it already has 1 of them, you can subtract that from the equation of the 3 barrels here. You're looking at only getting an increase of 2 barrels, which would cost you $3,600 to get the equivalent of them in Bloon Chippers, and it's costing you $5,100 to get the 2 extra barrels attached to your thing. So, I don't know about you guys, but the math doesn't lie. You're losing $1,500 on that deal. It's not that it's bad. It is a good upgrade if you're trying to save space. For instance, if you are jam-packed towards the end of a game and you want to be able to fit like a super monkey in there or something like that, or you have a limited amount of space where you are. Maybe you're playing on the map Bloonhenge and there's not much space to really fool around. Well, in that case, then yeah, it's worth it. Otherwise, though, on an open map like this, you would have no reason at all. Nothing should possess you to do it. But I guess some people like to do that, so I mean, it's kind of preference. I'm just telling you guys, mathematically speaking, it really doesn't make much sense at all. Now, there is one bad thing, and that's that the camo balloons will never be able to be detected by these Bloon Chippers. If you want to beat them, you have to beat them the old-fashioned way, and that means you have to get the road spikes prepared, which actually is not it's actually not as easy as you think. You're probably thinking, Jerome, what's so bad about road spikes? Well, the thing is that towards the end of the game, I think it's around like 48. It just spams out so many camo balloons that you would not even believe it. It's actually kind of crazy when you think about how much they send out. Now, right here, I didn't really upgrade them as much as I should have, and now I have to get ready to pop them using road spikes because these regen balloons do work on the suction balloons. Take a look at that. You notice how it sucks it in, it regens its layer, and then it sucks it back in again. It becomes so impossible. It's actually quite crazy. Now, right here is the thing that allows you to pop off 2 layers. That'll basically prevent the regen balloons from playing you, I guess, more or less, because if you don't get that upgrade, the regen balloons will just keep playing jokes on you for the most part, and things will just become more and more aggravating, I guess you could say. So that's really what you have to do, unfortunately. There's no and ifs or buts, sorry. You have to go 3 to the left and 2 to the right. And one ability I forgot to tell you guys about, and I'm sorry about that, is when you fully upgrade to the left, it gives you the ability to shred Moabs. Now, it doesn't really completely break them, but it almost does. It kind of does a massive amount of damage. Think of it as the Moab Mauler from the Bomb Tower upgrade. It really does, like, you know, maybe 1/10 of the damage, but it's a little more powerful than that. It's hard to explain, but it is very, very powerful. So it's not something to be taken lightly. Now, I have 2 things that can kill the regen balloons, as you can tell. They are both upgraded 3 to the left and 2 to the right. We'll call that fully upgraded for our intents and purposes. That way it's easier to follow what I'm saying. And, I don't know, a really good upgrade is faster shred, but I don't know if it's worth taking the extra time to get fully upgraded to the left so you can grab those extra abilities there, such as the double layer pop, because that is really important if you were to get that. Now, things are starting to get a little bit crazy around here, so what I might end up doing is actually building another balloon shipper, just so that I can be able to hit them, you know, at all times. Where would be a good place to put you? I guess maybe if I put this guy right here? Yeah, I think if I was to put him right here, that should work out in my favor. Oh god, we have a problem with the camo balloons. Come on, come on. Okay. Oh my god, they're sending out a lot of these guys. Okay, we were able to beat those guys, though, even though there was a lot of them. That really wasn't a big deal. Trust me, it gets so much crazier than that. If that's the worst of our troubles, then we are blessed, because honest to God, this comes completely insane after a short while. I don't even know why I'm trying to do a challenge that I've never personally beaten. I just kind of have come close a couple times, and I'm like, you know what, that means it is beatable, so let me do it and make a fool of myself. But no, I don't know. I have an okay feeling that we'll be able to beat this. Not the strongest feeling in the world. I've definitely felt more confident about the other things in my life, but I don't know. I think that there's a good chance that we can do this. I think it's a slight chance. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see as we go along. If I end up losing around 49, I'll just end up redoing the video and trying to beat it from there. Alrighty, we're moving along now on 37. This one you have to start getting worried, because round 40 is really when the intense rounds start coming around. You have heavy camo balloon rounds, heavy regen balloon rounds, and then rounds 46 and 50 actually have Moab balloons, and that's when things start to get a little bit too intense for me, and that's when you start to run into a majority of your problems. Now here we go, the camo balloons are trying to sneak their way across. Just make sure you set up a bunch of road spikes at the end. And if you need to at any time, don't feel afraid to lower the fast forward mode and put it down in normal mode. I do that all the time when things start to get crazy, so don't feel bad about it. That's actually a really smart thing to do, and if anything, you're just acting smart. There's really not anything bad about it at all. Now right here, get ready. You might want to be careful with those regen balloons because they will try and get past you, and most of the time they will be successful unless you kind of set up a nice little area like I had set up right here, and you prepare for the worst. Now, I did put that one balloon chipper at the end right there, just so that he'll be able to get anyone who's kind of escaping, and he's kind of like my last-minute effort to try and suck them in before they end up reaching the end of the maze. That's why I have him there. Yeah, I don't know, it's really up to you where you place these guys. I would suggest placing most of them towards the end of the maze, maybe a couple at the, most of the beginning of the maze, maybe a couple at the end, but that really is up to you completely. Okie dokie, we are back, and we're going to need to put some more balloon shippers on the line. As you can tell, we're kind of getting owned more or less by these balloon shippers, and that's no one's fault but mine. I haven't really been doing my strategy of quantity over quality. By the end of this game, we should have about 7, maybe 8 different balloon shippers on the field at a given time, which I know may sound completely stupid to you guys, but it's not at all. It's actually pretty much, like, that should be minimum what you have on the field. It gets that crazy. Now, notice how I was able to suck up all the balloons that round, and they still made it that far. That's really the big worry that you have to worry out for. And these rounds right here, we get regen balloons as well as a bunch of camo balloons. Take a look at that. Those are mystery camo balloons. I call them mystery balloons. They're kind of like rainbow balloons, but they're mystery balloons to me. And they are crazy. Look at that. They were still able to break through me after I placed so many of those. So this is when you get to a point as well that you need to watch out and make sure you have extra road spike money. That's right. You actually need to make sure you have enough money for the road spikes because of how crazy this gets. It is not something to be taken lightly. These rounds are insane. There's actually one round, I think it's round 49, where before you even start, you have to place the road spikes down and then get prepared for what's about to happen. It's that bad. It truly is. So that's just to give you guys a little drop on it. That's some of the things you're going to be facing here. Now, that was dumb of me to waste all of my money except for $400, because if they were to have a bunch of camo balloons run through, I wouldn't be able to afford it. And to be honest, I don't remember all the exact camo balloon rounds. I have a general idea, but I know 49 is the killer. That round will send so many camo balloons. Once you beat 48, like, don't press the next round to start. Just place as many road spikes as you can at the end of the maze, and then just hope to God it doesn't turn out badly for you. Now, right now, we are getting a ton of money, and that's good. You know what I mean? You want to be able to store up as much cash as possible, but also you want to be upgrading constantly, I guess you could say. So we're going to have to get ready. I forgot to mention as well that the balloon suckers, unless you were to upgrade it so that they can hit the Moab balloons, you're in a little bit of trouble. You're going to actually need to place down a bunch of road spikes to pop your Moab balloons for you. It's really not that big of a deal, though. As you can tell, we kind of were able to beat that not that badly, actually, kind of easily in a way. And the ceramic balloons are also able to be popped, as you can tell, like that. They're definitely susceptible to that, and you should be fine if they come about. Now, watch out right here. This round isn't that bad for camo balloons because they only send out red ones, but nonetheless, they still send out a lot of them, so it can start to add up, as you can tell. Look at that. Notice how they started breaking through the lines there. Only 2 road spikes were left out of that, and I spent a hefty amount trying to get those road spikes ready. Alright, here we go. I'm going to save a little bit of my money now, and get ready, guys, because after this round is the big round for camo balloons. This is when stuff is going to get a little bit intense, and make sure you pause it after this round. No more building the balloon shredders. Save up all your money, and just try and focus on actually beating this thing. I have lost in round 49 before, and it was killer, because I was trying to test this out to see if you could actually beat this mode only using balloon shredders. I was really excited about finding out so I could make a video about it, and then to get stopped on 49 was pretty bad for me. Here we go, guys. Setting up nicely now. Now get ready. I would suggest, without exaggeration, pre-building probably around $3,000 worth of these things. Maybe, no, that's a little extreme, but, you know, it can't hurt because you have nothing else to spend your money on throughout this. You have enough balloon chippers in the field. All you have to really do is spend it all on road spikes, so let's get it down to about there. That's a little bit less than $3,000, and just get ready because round 49 is going to be crazy, and the rest of them you want to spend on road spikes for round 50, so get ready. Here we go. No camo balloons yet. You may think I'm crazy, but I swear to you, they will send in a bunch of camo balloons, and you will thank me later. The other problem is they also send in an overwhelming amount of balloons, like normal balloons, and they start to come at you like pretty difficult, as you can tell. Like, look how they're actually breaking through. Now, wait a minute. I must have gotten that wrong. Maybe, perhaps... there's no camo balloons on round 49. That's weird, because when I played, there was a bunch of them on 49. I must have misinterpreted it. Maybe it's round 50 that has all of them? I guess I miscounted. It must be around 50 that has all of them. Regardless, though, you have nothing else to spend your money on, so just place all your road spikes down on the ground like this, and, I don't know, place maybe $4,000 worth. You have a bunch left over, so I would just place it as you go along, and once again, it does not hurt, so let's try and place all those down. Now I'm going to press the go button now. Keep in mind, you can't pop the Moab balloons using your balloon chippers unless you upgraded it that way, so just be sure to pop it like that and get ready. Yet, notice how they're sending in a bunch of troops, and I guess that means we got past that one pretty easily. There was not much of a difficulty there at all, due to the fact that, for whatever reason, I could have sworn there were camo balloons, but there weren't. And let's pop that last layer of the Moab balloon. There we go. And now look at it getting processed up. That's the last of it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. That's how you beat a level using only the balloon chipper. Sorry I was a little bit wrong in the camo balloon round there. I'm not sure what happened. It was bad last time I played. I guess I kind of just messed up. I don't know. Regardless, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And be sure to subscribe for more Bloons Tower Defense 5 content. Good night, everyone.